beautiful golden pod. Just taking you on a little stroll through a lovely market. A beautiful crystalline corridor of creation. Yum. All organic. Yum. Doing a little tune in. Hi. Gorgeous berries. Smiling faces, happy people. It's taking me on a little stroll to do a little drop in. And if you think this LoveStream is inspiring, please share it. Hi, beautiful golden pod. Miracles in cosmic love here. The guidance said to take the name Miracles probably about maybe a miracle week ago or so. And we are miracles in cosmic love, and we have been a little bit quiet on the LoveStreams lately, and felt a beautiful inspiration to drop in on this gorgeously beautiful day and tune in with all of we and have a miraculous little communion about love and the power of love. So if you think this LoveStream is going to be inspiring, please share it. So we are in the crystalline corridor of creation. This is what, look at this gorgeous, hang on, these trees. We'll walk this way. Look at these beauties and these birds. Listening to these little birds, there's like flowers blooming everywhere. The majesty of nature. Okay, we're back. So, yes, it has been a miraculous, oh my gosh, I got to show you these gardens. This is really cool. Look. Is that beautiful or what? Look at these little angels. Hi, little beings. Mwah! Mwah! Mwah, 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 mwah. The perfect miracle coordinate to be out kissing flowers. Wouldn't you agree? Mwah! 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 Mwah. Oh, heliotrope, how we love we. Cherry pie plant, can you smell it? Cherry pie plant smells like cherries. Yum. All right, here's some more beautiful flowers. We can all kiss them together. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Mwah. We love we so much. Hi, little angels. My goodness, look at we. Oh my gosh, come on, check this guy out. What? What? Hi, beauty. Oh my gosh, look at you. What? Come on. We love we, epically beautiful tree being. Time to call the ants to lift up their roots and join with we pod. All right. We are loving the nature together. It's just so beautiful, such a blessing. Yes. Christine Little Bear says she's loving these kisses. We all have the capacity to kiss everything. That is the power in me. So, okay, we'll continue on our little walk. We'll head down to the marshes. They're so beautiful. We love WePod, and we have been in such a beautiful internal state, internal realms, and listening in for all of we on the most beautiful, spectacular coordinates. So, once again, if you think this LoveStream is going to be inspiring, please share it, because I know it is. So here we begin. Robin and Vaughn kindly posted today that the sun was in the 25th gene. Even though the genes aren't real and don't exist, and we burned the book on two-strand DNA a year ago, if the genes were real and they did exist, the sun would be going into the 25th gene of universal love. And the 25th gene of universal love is about facing our fears, but not facing them from the mind. No. This is called embodiment. This is facing what we perceive to be fears from the level of the physical and feeling it. It's about dissolving the story away. Ask and it is given. So we've been sharing a lot of Abraham Hicks' lovely videos. Spirit bless Abraham and Esther so much. Ask and it is given. Who is using their asking tool nonstop? When things come up for we cosmic love, miracles in cosmic love, everything that's coming up for we right now. A little memory from childhood of stepping in a puddle on my way to school. Thank you. And now I'm asking to dissolve that. Why would I be asking to dissolve little memories and big memories and names of people and experiences and all of it? Because the fourth gene, the true unlocking of superabundance, is the liberation of all of it. And that's what's happening. The liberation of the roles in the play, the liberation of the belief in an external authority, which is why it's time to create and play. Because there is no external authority. There never was. And this is the miracle coordinate when the collective steps forward and takes responsibility for our creation by creating. So you could get out your coloring pens or whatever, but creation comes from within us. Ask and it is given. So we, Cosmic Love, has been walking through nature for miraculous weeks, asking for the dissolution of everything, all the systems, all the everything. So we are in quite powerful celebration going, wow, this really works. It's all dissolving, simultaneous. As we are asking for this or that to dissolve away, the guidance goes, great. Now ask to put something in its place. Like anything that really lights us up. Put that in place of all that we are asking for dissolving, because we all know that we have been creating the dissolution of what was within us all together. So ask and it is given. There's a little wonderful secret here. It's not really so secret. But in our asking, ask for that which lights us up. There's little children playing here. They are the perfect example of ask and it is given. They're throwing sticks around, they're running through the mud while the mother is resting on a little blanket. Remember when we were little children and we were told to write our little list to Santa. Children didn't really have a problem in the asking department. And they had no problem expecting that it would be given. We are the creators, and we are lucid in our most beautiful, miraculous dream. Oh my gosh, of course we are. Of course we would walk right by this sign at this perfect miracle coordinate. This was not staged. We have never seen this sign here before. The legend of the Rainbow Bridge. And here it is. Oh my gosh, you got to love that for I swear this sign has never been here before. The legend of the Rainbow Bridge. The first Chumash people lived on Limu, Santa Cruz Island, just 24 miles from here. The earth goddess Hutash thought that the Chumash should also live on the mainland, where no one lived in those days. Hutash had the idea of making a bridge. Out of a rainbow. She made a very long and tall one connecting Limu with Mishopsno, Carpinteria. Hutash, well, we call it the crystalline corridor of creation because Carpinteria isn't real and doesn't exist. Hutash told the people to cross, but some of them, it says made the mistake, but that's quite silly. Some of them consciously chose to look down to the water. They became dizzy and some fell. No, they became consciously aware and made a choice. Hutash felt joyous. We're rewriting this script a little bit right now. Hutash felt joyous, and because she loved them so much, she turned those who fell into dolphins. Ever since the Chumash say that dolphins are our brothers. Did you see that post we made? Freedom Love tagged me on it, or brought we's attention to it. Dolphins are appearing in Italy. All right, now, come on, I've walked that path many times and I've never seen that sign there. We're on the Rainbow Bridge, fam. We are lucid in our dream of our miraculous creation. And if the genes were real, and they did exist, which they don't, but we'll still use them as a suggestion of an archetype, that the sun is now in the 25th gene. The 25th gene of universal love. So, because Robin and Vaughn kindly tagged me on it, we went, oh, let's just pull that book out, even though we did burn the book on two-strand DNA. We happen to have this miraculous copy of it, and we just feel to read these pieces to the pod. Remembering that the equinox is when the veils are thinnest, even though equinoxes aren't real and don't exist. It's all a play. Equinoxes have traditionally been considered the time when the veil is the thinnest, the miracle coordinate to connect to our source consciousness. And here we are on this miraculous equinox day. And if this love stream is helpful, please share it. Hi, joyful bliss. All right. So the 25th gift, I just underlined a few little pieces to read for we in our personal navigation as we are lucid in creating our most beautiful dream. In order to accept something about yourself, and especially something uncomfortable, it first must be recognized. This kind of acceptance, this kind of acceptance takes place when you build up the courage to look into your own shadow. So as a collective consciousness, we clearly call in the great I Am to stage things for us, for our accelerated quantum ascension process. The only way of breaking this loop, okay, The 25th shadow, fear creates its own biofeedback loop, which maintains the constriction of the life force inside of you. The only way of breaking this loop is to have the courage to simply feel the fear. That's why we're saying this is not a process of mentalizing. It's just a process of feeling. As soon as you reduce the fear down to its essentials, that is the physical sensation deeply entrenched within the chemistry of your body, you discover the great secret of acceptance. You no longer need to be afraid of fear. Now, we did post a little funny thing that Mr. One Love tagged me on, and it was a little speech by a certain person, and we won't even mention names because we don't need to, but what we're going to say is at the end of the thing, we were reminded the only thing we had to fear was fear itself, and there's nothing worth fearing. As the 25th gene shows us, fear is just a constriction in the body. So this is really a time to be connecting into the parts of the body with breath and going like, come on, bud, show me. Oh, God, I've got some tightness here and some tightness there. I don't even have to call it fear anymore. Just really get to know the physical body, because this is physical ascension. So, of course, why would we be creating global scenarios right now so all the little caterpillars could take a break? We Cosmic Love always used to say to the guidance, oh God, how in the world are we going to do this on the planet when everyone is busy running around? When nature shows us that before caterpillars are going to turn into butterflies, they're all cocooned up side by side, resting. We are the creators of our beautiful, miraculous dream. Keep in mind, there was never anything outside of us. So, let's see if we are going to read the rest of this. Yeah, I think that's good for now. I'm just going to leave it because I'm just going to share. We're going to keep walking through the marsh because it's absolutely gorgeous. So, the perfect alignment and timing of everything. Good gosh, look at this marsh. Like, it's so beautiful. Nature, 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 nature. Love we so much. As we rose this morning, we were reminded, oh gosh, there's this gorgeous duck. Come on, I got to show you the duck. Hi, little ducky. Can you see the little duck? See if we zoom in. Where is it? There. Look at that little duck in this little pond all by itself. No, I knew it. It's got its partner with it. I was like, wait a minute, ducks are not by themselves. There. Look, the little beloved's coming in to be seen by all of us. Little beloved's like, oh, we got some FaceTime going on here. Oh, look, they're coming over to say hello to all of us. Oh my gosh, this is touching my heart really deeply. Hi. Hi, little angels. Oh my gosh, love you so much. Hi. Oh, look how friendly they are. Their hearts are filled with universal love. They don't have constriction in their body. They're source consciousness. So cute. Oh my goodness, that touched my heart so deeply, the way they came over so happy and excited. They're just underneath the little dock here. Let them keep doing their thing. So I wonder, hi! Oh, hi lovies. Yeah, I'll just look at them. Oh, sweetie pies. There they are, right there. Yes, Yes, okay, we'll let you to your business. All right. If this love stream is inspiring, please share it. So I was very inspired to share as I was saying memories are coming back to me, and we was going like, wow, thank you. And now we're asking to dissolve it. Because we are clearing out our memory banks and our hard drive within We's own personal avatar. You can dissolve, you can do whatever inspires you. For me, dissolving is just, I love that purification process. So I was reminded of my own journey on the planet and walking the grids and how that all came about. And what began to unfold in my personal process, because I was walking the grids for so many years by myself, and the guidance would say, oh, you need to get up in the middle of the night and go wandering in the forest. And I would go, well, you know, these parts of the country, it's kind of bear country and cougar country. You really think that's wise guidance? And the guidance would go, yep, we think it's really wise. So we would put on our boots and our scarf and head out with our flashlight, and the guidance would go, no, leave that thing behind. You're going to learn to take the true adventure. The 3015, of course, it isn't real and doesn't exist, and still we love to talk about it because it simplifies the explanation process. To risk it, take the adventure, and risk it all for love. Well, what does that mean? That means to alchemize the polarities into the neutral, which brings us into a pure love process, because along the way we discover that everything was made up anyway. So we, cosmic love, would head off into the wilderness, and we would walk into the trails, and it would be so dark we couldn't even see anything. And we would go like, wait a minute, maybe I should stop for a bit. And the guidance would go, why? Just close your eyes now. It's too dark to see with your eyes anyways. And so then we would go, well, it is true. It's too dark for me to see with my eyes in the forest. So I'm going to try the process. And I did this for years and I loved it. I would meditate on the beach at sunset, eyes closed. And then I would make my way back to wherever I was staying with my eyes closed. I would walk home. I would make my dinner with my eyes closed. I would eat it with I didn't open my eyes for any of it. And what I discovered in the process was that other senses inside of me were much more accurate at describing to me what was really in my environment. My ears and my sonar got very turned on. Everything became supersonic. How do we become lucid in the dream? By allowing ourselves to become supersonic, to turn on that radar, that sensitivity that we see in nature, that nature has, to attune to much more than we might perceive with our five senses. And of course, what I learned through the process was that my eyes kind of had a tendency to deceive me of what was really around me. They had a limitation because my ears were acoustic. My sonar was acoustic. And I didn't believe that I had eyes in the back of my head, so I could only see in front of me. And I found that sometimes when I was doing the walk in the forest at night process, we're going to come back where the little duckies are. Oh, They're right here. Sorry, ducks. Oh gosh, they're so cute. Hi, loves. Let's share the space. So, yes. Yeah, we'll do it so you can see. So you can see the lovely marsh. I discovered that my eyes were very programmed to see only certain things. And when my eyes were open and I was walking in the dark, I would find that I would do a whole lot more. Gotta love it. You might have to plug your ears or maybe leave them open. I think it might get loud. Hi, little ducks. Plug your ears. Here we go. Feel into this acoustically. I love the lucidity of this dream and the perfect timing of that miraculous train, emphasizing sound acoustically. So, yes, when I walked in the forest late at night in the darkness, I would do a lot more when my eyes were open than when I started walking through the forest with my eyes closed. I discovered that the sensitivities in my elemental bodies were much more attuned to connect me into the magnificence of creation. And I could see the sonar, I could see the acoustics with my eyes closed. Walking the grid lines tuned me into a higher consciousness. You know, they say with the Kogi that when the priests are born, that they keep them in dark caves for like the first 10 years of their life. They never see light, which keeps them connected to the cosmic. So we, Golden Pod, we have called in and created everything to go through the magnificence of the transfiguration process. Gosh, those little crickets, can you hear them? Yeah, I'm going to take my headset out. Oops, I did not rotate the camera. Maybe you can hear the little crickets and the birds. The beauty of everything that surrounds us, that is encouraging us onward. To make friends with the cosmic. We got pretty comfortable as a Western species to having a roof over our head. And that roof over our head possibly created a lot of separation for us from the natural biorhythms of nature that is awakening within us. So the 25th gene of fear, that universal love ignites within us as we face our fear, and that fear is actually just a physical constriction process. We would be wise to be using our ask and it is given to assist us in the process, and we would be wise to be using, these two little ducks are sitting right here listening. Right here with me. We would be wise to be breathing into the physical body where there is constriction, maybe there's not. To really celebrate and savor what we have created together. Yeah, we'll just let these people walk by. We'll look at the ducks for a miracle.
So I don't want us to be driving on the road and might get pulled over or anything. So the mover said, no, we've checked and looking for the essential functions. And I'm like, okay.
There. We are in very mystical creations of our lucid dream, and we are becoming lucid inside of our bodies. Old versions of we have kindly stepped aside for we to take over we's lucid dream. And all you gotta do is just test it. We posted with some of We Pod the other night a scene from the movie V from Vendetta, where the woman who has been tortured inside of a prison cell, they're coming to get her to be questioned about something. And the man walks into the cell and says, just like, give them what they want. And she goes, I'd rather be dead. And he goes, you're free then. And he walks out of the prison cell and he leaves the door open and he disappears. She's like, what? She gets up and she looks out the cell door and there's a guard down the hallway, and she walks down the hallway and she goes up to the guard, and it turns out that the guard is just a mannequin. And she goes into the room with the man who was the one who was doing the torturing. And she goes, why did you do this to me? And he said, because you wanted to release all your fear. You wanted to be fearless. And that is the only way I could think to fulfill your asking. And I gifted you that, he says. I gifted you the answer to your prayers. So we worked really hard to be lucid in our dream, and now is our miracle of creation. And we invite all of we to test. Like going for a walk out in the darkness or the forest. Turning off the news of one stream of consciousness. There's infinite streams of consciousness. Tune into the stream of consciousness that inspires us and follow it. And test it out the same way we did, walking grid lines for 10 years and sleeping under trees in dark forests. Getting on planes and spending always money and trusting the guidance would take care of we, because guidance was inspiring we. Each one of we tune in. Turn off, tune in, and listen to what is coming through and test it. If your guidance says go out in the streets, go to the store, go to the gym, even if it's closed, who cares? Because at the end of V for Vendetta, all the people in the streets take their masks off, because all of the people realize we, the people, this is the miracle. There's no mistake that we're in Lent right now. And what we, Cosmic Love and the Decoding of Human Consciousness, witnessed for 3 months was going into the deep, subtle corners, the final decodings of the external authority outside of us. It's what we've been doing for 3 miracle months. navigating that fear in the subconscious of the collective humanity. So, we gotta walk our talk, fam. And as the 25th gene of universal love says, it's not fear as in the story or the word, it's the constriction in the physical body. No constriction. Exactly, Robin says no constriction. Ask to dissolve the constriction. If you feel constriction, ask to put something in its place like blueberry spirulina cotton candy. It's our miracle coordinate to play. Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you? It's our miracle coordinate to play. To play. So one final piece to share. We Cosmic Love has been playing in the lucid dream for many miracles, and many miracles have appeared before we. And we learned something very significant from the guidance a few miracle coordinate years ago when we were doing a meditation that we were going into, and we were supposed to create something. And we said to We's higher self, I don't know what to create. I gave up caring about wanting anything a long time ago. And the guidance came in instantly and said, create blueberry cotton candy. And it took me back to a memory of childhood when we were like maybe 3 or 4 at a county fair in the summer in a tiny little town. And the lights were bright and there was blueberry cotton candy and it tasted like blueberries, and we had it and it was all over Wee's hands and face. And it made me so happy. So when the guidance came in a few years ago on this meditation day and said, create blueberry cotton candy, there was so much joy in that moment inside of Wee. It lit Wee up. It made me go, oh! And the guidance said, we just taught you something. Never ask to create anything again that does not light you up that much inside. Because it's kind of a waste of your energy. It's not bad. Just go for the things that bring out the childlike nature of who we are again. The serotonin process. Because I guarantee you, the day that the blueberry cotton candy showed up in the most mystical way in Costa Rica at a little lodge that was in the middle of nowhere, there was not only mysticism for we, there was mysticism for everyone involved in the process. So if we're going to apply our tools, ask and it is given, ask and ye shall receive, then let's tune in and allow the higher self, not the mind, but the higher self, to drop things into our awareness. And then put those in our asking vortex. And experience the adventure and the mysticism of our birthright for life to be a miracle in every miraculous moment. We, the people, called this in. It is truly 100 billion% our creation. And we, Cosmic Love, miracles in Cosmic Love, are so joyous to walk around and see how the asking we have been doing in the last 3 to 4 weeks is all coming to fruition. So, yes, Miss Robin, thank you for all those posts about the 25th gene. She says, let's see what she wrote here. I don't know if I can open the whole post. Says, Oh, it's a long one. You're so good, Miss Robin. Every time someone attains the 25th CD, we are in full acceptance of all of life. And we would add to that, because this is the thing that we have learned on the journey. And if this love stream is inspiring, please share it. We've been quite quiet in the love stream department, and this was the first miracle we were inspired to share again. This is an important part of the spiritual teachings. So the mind reads what enlightenment is, and the mind will try to attain it. And there are pitfalls on the spiritual path of convincing ourselves that we have attained it, a state of nothingness, a state of neutral. So the mind goes, okay, I'm here. I'm just going to hang out in neutral and nothing. But that's where the mind makes a little bit of a pitfall, because once we learn how to be neutral about the external and do as Esther Hicks suggests, use contrast as a launch pad for asking. Ask, ask, ask. So when we're neutral, we can witness the external and see something and go, I'm going to ask for a tweak on that external color on my canvas. Keep asking, keep playing, keep witnessing, and creation, creation, creation. This is all about creation. It's all about creation. And so the mind can say, oh, I'm neutral, I'm just going to hang out here, I'm ascended. But actually, as Esther Hicks says, every time we ask, the universe expands. And we, Cosmic Love, can say for certain that when we graduated and went all through the gates, when we went through the Aurora on the 22nd of November 2015, and we sat in the presence of benevolent creation, and we were told that we had graduated and that we had come to help unlock the global karmic and financial debt, and that we had succeeded, and that that was done as of the 22nd of November 2015 in linear time. The guidance said we did not have to come back. But if we decided to come back, it would be to unlock the superabundance. So what I feel guided to share is that when I graduated on all 9 levels of creation and went through all the gates and sat in the presence of the star councils and the star nations and benevolent creation, and by the way, in 2017 was the day that we activated the Unity Mandela in Crestone, Colorado, and we shifted the consciousness from the North Star back to Vega in Lyra, back to benevolent creation. But in 2015, when we sat in the presence of benevolent creation, sat in the center of We's mothership, We's lotus pad, for a miraculous night, and with all the star councils, and was shown all the star maps, in the presence of benevolent creation, like the purity of the tiniest little child is how we felt. The only thing we could think to do in the presence of such benevolence that was gifting we consciousness and gifting we life, the only thing that we, Cosmic Love, could think to do was to come back and create for that great cosmic mother, father. That was the only thing that made sense in the presence of the true benevolence of creation, was to return and create. We said, we choose to come back and create. And that's when the guidance said, all right, then you will be coming back to unlock the superabundance. Here's the star maps. Here's how you use them. Make your own astrology and come back in and revel in the great miraculous mystery of co-creation and collaboration with the source that gives us life. We can ask to dissolve away everything that comes to our mind, every fear, every perception. I'm asking to dissolve that, and I'm asking to replace it with blueberry spirulina cotton candy. Code word. Lots of code words in the transmission for liberation. We love we, and we thank we, and as we all know, we are the ones that we waited for. So if this love stream inspired in any little way, or if there was a portion of it that's worth transcribing, please transcribe it. This beautiful equinox, a most miraculous day of the true marriage, of the true twin ray, cosmic love, miraculous embodiment. All is dissolved, all is released, all was forgiven long ago. Merciless forgiveness is the annihilation of the time-space continuum. What more perfect time to be asking for new creation? Love you so much. Let's check in on the duckies. Oh, and take a little walk in nature, in the dark, eyes closed. And if we feel any constriction, breathe into it. And know that we have come. There was never a second coming. There was just one love. Aloha. Try to get a hand on the finish button. Aloha.